I'm just making sure you guys can hear me. Seems like you can. Mic is actually working, so that's a good sign. Just gonna put a notification up really quick. It seems like my window capture isn't working. Need to check that. Because it should be... I wonder if it's one of these. Oh... Hold on. I'm editing things. I'm still learning how to do this. So... Need to edit. That's that. This... needs to be this. It seems like this isn't going to work, so I'm going to remove both of these and just put a display capture up. That seems like I just don't know how it works. But I'll figure it now. So, as the title suggests, today I will be drawing my pets holding guns. So the suggestion came from my mom and my dad. I'm not actually around my pets lately, but my mom said she had a funny dream where they were holding AK-47s. She said it was like a nightmare, but seems pretty interesting to me. So I figured I'd draw it here on stream. Because, well, I miss my pets a lot, you know? And I thought that it'd be a good idea. So, just gonna start out with a sketch. I have my phone on me right now because I can't seem to draw them normally. I just, dogs and cats are very difficult for me to draw, so. Trying to find a good picture. I'm trying to find a side view of my cat, because I kind of want them to be like, okay, so one's looking this way, and the other one's looking this way, but they're like back to back, kind of like in one of them action poses. I have more pictures of my dog than my cat. The cat is Earl. He's a black cat. He's pretty cute. Although he can be in, well, I can't really say it on stream, but you know cats, sometimes they can be really mean. They trip you sometimes. I guess my cat's gonna have to be looking at the camera. I guess this isn't a camera, but... yeah. Anywho, I guess I'll start with my dog. Her name's Piper. She's a Australian Shepherd Blue Heeler. She's a very good girl. Ah, that's another difficult thing. I have to make it to scale, I guess. So if I look, okay, so my cat, okay, so if this is ground, my cat would be like here, and my dog would be like here. More like right here. Feet here. Let's just put it there. That looks a little bit better. Okay. Let's just get started. I kind of am starting to draw inspiration of Rocket the Raccoon. So I don't quite know how to draw my dog standing up like that, because I want to do that, but at the same time I don't want it to look like, someone's fetish, So I guess I have to keep a lot of the dog features, even though I almost want it to be a little bit more cartoony looking. I don't want to zoom in all the way, so we'll just do... This is a head. How is it gonna hold a gun? I guess I need a reference for a gun. How do I... see. Are they going to be, like, holding them at the ready, or are they just... How do dog joints even work? I guess. This is pretty ridiculous looking so far. Maybe they're, like, taking a break from shooting. What are the enemies? Probably squirrels. I know my dog Piper and my cat Earl both don't like squirrels. Piper, she likes cats. Not cats. Well, she does like cats, but she likes birds. And Earl tries to eat them, so she gets angry with him. I don't know really how would a dog hold a gun at rest? I guess like this. My dog's grown up so fast, she's already shooting squirrels. I guess that's something. Okay, I have a feeling I may need to, like... I need to look at a picture. So we taught her how to kind of stand up on her hind legs. She does that when she wants treats or hugs. But sometimes she'll do that when we say be polite, so she gets up on her hind legs to shake hands. So I guess I gotta look at a picture of that, because I would love to have her standing up, but I have a feeling that people would just be really gross if I did that. So, and then, so yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. And then I guess one of her legs could be more like that. Yeah, that looks okay. That's like a rough dog head. That's not actually what she's gonna look like. So that's her. And I almost want to go on to a different layer, just in case I mess this up. So this is her sketch layer. Here's the lock button. Okay, and this is, I'm gonna rename this. Pretty sure this is Piper 1 all of a sudden. Piper? Yeah, Piper 1. I guess this will be Earl 1. Okay, and that'll represent like sketching. So let's get a picture of my cat Earl. I don't think I have a reference of him standing on his hind legs, but I know, so like dogs, they don't really have a lot of skin here, but cats, they almost have extra flab. towards the back of their bellies. I don't know why, but also, I'm using an older picture of my dog Piper. She's gotten a little bit chubby, but if she's listening on the TV, hey, it's okay to be chubby. You just gotta exercise more. I have to say that because she'll get mad at me. Once I come back home, she won't want to have any lovin's. And maybe they will both be kind of looking. Just Earl will be looking a little bit more, so I have to zoom in. Okay. Maybe... He's got big ears for his... He almost reminds me of owls. You know, you see those videos of owls on YouTube? And they kind of look... Oh, I even forgot. So I got this spiel going, but I forgot to... I didn't do that last time. And there was people talking to me on YouTube, and I never noticed. And I felt really bad. Oh, wait. Maybe it's... Yeah. I felt really bad because they were trying to talk to me the entire video. I have to get a really good idea of what Earl looks like. He's also gotten a little bit bigger. And he does stand up on his back legs, but only when he's on chairs. So I feel like it would be kind of... How is he gonna hold a gun? So my mom told me they were both holding AKs. Ridiculous as it sounds. But I don't know if it's the same size for, like, I don't know if they're the same size relative to each other, or if they're various sizes depending on the size of the animal. And that's another thing, like, maybe both Earl and Piper were the same size in her dream. So I got a little bit of vagueness there, but I guess maybe he will just be... I don't know, maybe he'll have it, but he won't be like... Maybe it'll just be like this. How does that look? See, that doesn't look too bad in my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna draw them being the same size relative to one another, so what I could do... I need to go onto this. I need to... Now, I don't use the selection tools a lot. So this is gonna be interesting. Because if I'm being completely honest... Ooh, that's not the right one. It's Control D to deselect, I believe. I'm getting okay with these, kind of buttons. Shortcuts, as they say. Yes, it's this one. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna draw around this gun, get the basic idea of what it looks like, and then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to can I make a new layer of that? We're gonna do this gun copy, and that will be, then we can move that, I believe. Yes, so we can, oops, I need to, how do I move this? See, I'm not the best with this, so it looks like I can move this. Selected area is empty. I beg to differ. Yeah. Maybe I need this. No. Can I move? Okay. And then maybe I can move it. No. I needed this deselected. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, select this layer. Can I move it now? See, I'm selecting, why, it's selecting Earl 1, which is the sketch. And I just want to move this. But it doesn't seem to be working. So I'm going to actually delete this. I'm going to delete this layer. Yep. And I'm going to try again. Maybe I shouldn't copy it to a layer. I don't even know if this is what it is. So, I have this. I'm going to right click. No, I'm going to right click on that. Layer via copy. Oh, okay, I understand. So Piper's locked. So whenever I was trying to select it, but Piper was locked. It takes me a while to figure things out sometimes, but I got it eventually, so that's good. So I'm going to select this. Now I can right click. Layer via copy. There we go. I'm going to lock Piper again. I'm going to select layer 4. I'm going to select this entire thing, and I'm going to move it. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to have to flip it. And that can be difficult. All of a sudden. I would like to... I wonder if it's image. Okay. Now I need to... I believe it's flip hort. No, that was wrong. Oh, this is the entire canvas, though. Okay, hold on. I'm getting it. I'm getting it slowly. I'm getting it slowly. I would like to... Oh, so I can flip it. Okay, that works. That works. There we go. And then I'm gonna rotate it a little bit. There. And I'm done. I'm done with this entire layer. Control D for deselect. That's what it is. I gotta click off of here, I think. Okay, and then Control D, deselect. Always remember that. It's like a shortcut, right? Layer 4 is, I'm going to rename it to, what happened there? It's just glitching a little bit. It's not letting me type. I have to do this. Okay. Earl's gun. I like the. It's very. Okay, so we got Earl, we got Piper, and we got their guns. I almost want to work on Earl and Piper a little bit more, so I can get their like faces, because I know I'm gonna be able to get their bodies easy peasy, but it's their faces that I'm for sure not going to understand at all. I want to use a particular picture of Earl because his face is very badass in this picture. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as me. So. I could use a symmetry tool. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because Earl seems to be a very symmetrical cat. Gotta make sure it's in the right area. So this symmetry tool, here, let me cancel really quick. This, it looks like a butterfly in the top, right? That's a symmetry tool. And if you look, we'll use, I have to start over again, but I'll show you from here. If you look, let's say we draw a line here, it draws a line on the other side. And it's very useful for doing symmetrical things. Let's do edit, undo, undo. You can also do, so there's the vertical, there's the horizontal, same kind of spiel, right? Symmetry, just a different way. And then there's some other ones. So you can do diagonal. Dual axis is pretty cool because you can do almost like mandalas, you know? You know the spirographs that you can use on paper? It just looks cool, right? I will say, so the more axis it has, or the more detail it has, so if it's curvy looking, the longer it takes for your brush tool to finish what it's doing. So sometimes your brush lingers back and it's just loading. Sometimes it can take a really long while. Here's the whole mandala thing. You can go up to 10, yeah. Now watch, you can do all sorts of things. But as you can see, like, I'm drawing really quickly, but it's taking a really long while to load. You can almost do a Doctor Strange thing, right? But I'm not even on the, I took my stylus off the tablet a while ago, but it just now finished loading. So it does significantly slow down depending on how many axes you have. So keep that in mind, because it can be a little bit difficult. I'm just going to erase this a tiny bit. Am I even drawing on Earl 1? I think I may have messed up somewhere. I do believe I have, because I'm on Earl 1. Did I draw on? I think I may have drawn on the wrong area. That's fine though. It'll be okay. We only drew on these three, so when we reduce the opacity, it'll be fine still. But just making sure, because it does significantly. it will mess me up later if that's why I lock these layers. So the first time I did these streams, I messed up, but I couldn't go back because I didn't know where I messed up. And that's just one of those things, right? So it's better to catch yourself early on than later. We're just gonna do his eyes as well. He just looks like he is unhappy in this photo that I have of him. Not really unhappy, but I mean, he sure isn't. I need to remember. He has a interesting little wrinkle on in one of his ears. Only in one though. That's another thing. So with the symmetry tool, you can kind of mark down little notes, but you need to remember to erase it at the end on the other side. There we go, that's his face. But we can't use the symmetry tool on Piper's face because, as you can see, it's at a different angle. See how it looks so far. It's going to be interesting, and I thank you guys for viewing, because I know I'm already at 26 minutes. It's been a while, and it's probably going to be a little bit longer. What I might do is I might break these streams up into segments, so this could be like a quick, well, it's not really quick, a sketch to begin with, and then we can continue on from there. So it'll be like sketch, then line work, then color, and then shading at the end, or we could do color and shading together. And that's all up to you guys. You guys can comment to see what you guys would like, or would you like me to continue to do this entire thing right now? That's all up to you guys. But we're just going to continue on. And what I want to find is a picture of my dog looking a specific direction, because I don't really want to mess up her face, you know? I'm not seeing one the direction I want though, but what I can do is I can find one similar to what I want and I can flip it. So that's a nice thing about having that editing software in your phone, because you can actually flip it and rotate it. So what I'm going to do, I can't really show you the picture I'm using right now, but you'll get the gist of it. I'm going to do some rotating. Is there a way I can rotate it? I can. But I can't keep the same. Oh wait, here we go. There. So I just rotated my dog so that she has the kind of pose I want her to have. So here comes the difficult part. I've never actually drawn her. So it's going to be interesting. And I just know somewhere there's going to be someone who is into my dog, and that's sad. Right. It's going so far so good. I need to make sure her eyes are like. Oh, so her eye is almost like it's an upwards bend, not a downwards bend. And I was trying to do her eyes a little bit sharper than Earl's, but turns out her eyes aren't really that sharp. Looking, they're almost rounded. Then I gotta add her little, we call them eyebrows because they almost look like that, but oh, I hope this will look like her in the end, but I hope it'll. Sometimes you look at something at the beginning and you don't like how it looks, and that's a huge flaw of mine when I draw. Because I look at something and I don't like enjoy how it looks, and then I stop drawing, or I do not enjoy how it looks, and I completely give up on it. Like I don't put any more effort into it, and that's not really how drawing works. You know, you gotta go through the tough, and then you get done, and it looks good for the most part. You know, you're never gonna draw something that looks perfect, but if it looks good in your eyes, you've done something right. Oh, I forgot about her tail. I kind of want her tail to be curved like this, maybe. I don't remember. Because I know Piper. She has kind of a bushier tail than most dogs, but at the same time, it's not like a husky tail where it's so fluffy, but it's not like a Chihuahua tail where it almost looks really bony, right? Ah, there's a good representation. Just had to find one. There. And then this image also has a very good representation of her leg. And I'm not the best at drawing paws, it seems. Oops. Accidentally right-clicked on my stylus. But this looks okay. And I'm getting like those blocks of color, what they will look like now. Because later I am going to forget to look at it. I will just completely ignore looking at it, and it's gonna look bad. I can't erase that, but I'm gonna lock this. Erase it now. That. I'm gonna lock that again. I think I'm still on Earl 2. See, my organization isn't the best. I'm still drawing on my cat's lair, even though I'm drawing my dog. But that's okay, just as long as I know what I'm doing. Which is not always accurate. So my dog's tail almost goes like a white speckled halfway down. Yep. And then you got her leg. I don't actually know what a dog's paws look like. I know Earl's, he's going to be very simple. I don't need to block in a lot of color. Because, I mean, he's a black cat. All I gotta do is, like, shade a little bit. Oh, that's something I almost forgot. I need to make it more flat tail. So, Earl, he's very special. He has no feeling in his tail at all. And because of this, he doesn't actually use it. Every once in a while, his tail will twitch. It'll just kind of... It looks like it's seizing. His tail does. It's like he's not having a seizure, but his tail is. And it's kind of funny, but at the same time, you know, he has no feeling in his tail. So he's holding his gun with one paw, and the other paw is just on the ground. I'm gonna put his paw here in front of his leg. And it's really interesting fur, because you'd think it'd be you know, it would be a little bit simple to draw, but it's really not. I mean, you see most of the animal flat, but every once in a while you see these points that jut out, like here or here. I don't know if you can see my crosshair here, but it's right here up in the top left. But if you follow it down, like right here, there's a tuft of fur that kind of juts out. Or, let's see, right here, there's a tuft of fur. On her tail, there's a few more tufts of fur at the end than at the beginning. And that gives the illusion. So, so say I have a. Okay, so here's a patch of fur, right? I could do this all day, but at the end of the day, it doesn't look like fur. It looks like, it looks like dragon scales, right? Or fish scales, or lizard scales. But if you do something like this, so you got a little bit of a curve here, but at the end, you got this going. That kind of looks like fur. And it can vary, because there's some people who do a lot of detail in fur. But they block it out in chunks, right? So here's fur. It kind of looks like scales still, but all of a sudden we add lines at the tufts going in, and it looks more like fur. And that can be said for hair as well. Hair is very difficult for me to draw, in all honesty. I still haven't mastered it. But I find, so I'm going to make a new page really quick to show you this. I'm sorry for taking your time. So say, okay, so here's a person head, and here's a person head. Here is some hair. I guess I could have just copied these over. And here's some hair. Now what you could do is you could do all these lines, but it doesn't really look very realistic. But what you could do is, instead of doing all those lines, you just do the lines at the end, and maybe a few in the middle. And that looks a little bit better. I can show you guys in another video. Oops. I'm just going to leave this anyways. I'll show you guys in another video, but it's very interesting how it works. And then there's guns right here, though. Gotta remember that. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that looks good. This is going to be a sketch. I think I'll do the sketch today, and then at the end of the day on Wednesday, or the beginning of the day on Thursday, I will start doing the ink. Because I work on Wednesday till about 4. But I don't know if when I get home I'm going to be exhausted, or if I'll be able to do this. But it'll either be Wednesday or Thursday that I make the follow-up video. So, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe. If you dislike the video, hey, just tell me down below. It will help me improve my craft. And you can hit the like or the dislike button. But once again, dislike button, let me know why you disliked.